Honestly, I'm gonna
Is that what we call this one?
All roads lead back to a circle jerk?
All roads lead back to circle jerk audacity.
The audacity?
The audacity of the mental circle jerk.
Circle jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, are we recording?
Well, now I am.
Okay, cool. No, but like the ADHD is so strong that like I'm zoned. I'm in the zone, and like the one, like littlest thing will throw me off, and then I have to start back from the beginning. So Aldrich would come over, and he'd like, literally yesterday he came over, and I could sense his presence getting closer to me. Already, fucking mad, already, and then. He comes and he just kisses me on the forehead, like wherever, this spot right here. And I look up at him and I'm like, I'm just going to need you to not interrupt me just one more time. I was like, I need to be able to do this. And the kids are doing this. You're doing this. I'm in, like, pretend that there's walls around me and that I'm not here.
I can't even be in this. If he walks into the room,
literally, I'm like, I have
You've ruined my flow.
I have like noise canceling earbuds even, and it works so much like for the kids until people come to me. I'm like, why are people coming to me? Just stop. Don't come to me. Like I'm not here.
I don't exist.
I don't exist. You know what the fucked up part is? Aldridge works 5 minutes a day, and I'm having to work the full day. I mean, working overtime right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids still come to me. I'm like, your dad's sitting behind me playing video games. You don't want to interrupt him?
Yeah.
He's right there.
Jack, I think it's Thursday, him and Tommy were playing on the Switch, and he was like, I'm hungry, Mom. Will you get me water? Or like, can I get something? Can you give me a snack?
You know what?
Tommy doesn't say.
It's the winter break of it all.
I'm here. Let me do that.
He doesn't go for the interception.
I say,
on the bullshit.
Dad. And then he goes, oh, yeah.
I've literally looked at my kids and I'm like, no, you don't think you can ask your dad that?
Also, you can't go and get yourself a snack?
Bitch, you are 10 years old.
Yeah.
You are
I've seen you
7
climb.
years old.
I've seen you scale the refrigerator.
Okay.
To get all the things.
And tell me. Yeah, tell me that you don't know how to throw a fucking pizza in the microwave.
Yeah.
Tell me that.
You can't put a waffle in the toaster?
Get the fuck out of here. Do you know that J-Mo was asking me where his sweater was? Okay, so when we went to PB, okay, so hold on. Let's dial it back for a long ways because we haven't talked to anybody.
We're 5 minutes in.
Okay. Should we like start? Because
Yeah.
I need to like talk about.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So, how have you been?
Struggle bus.
Struggle bus.
I've been struggle bus because the holidays fucked me up.
Okay. I don't know that anybody gets to go through the holidays unscathed. However, I think this year was especially tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but the whole vibe of, I feel like we were just really busy.
We were really busy. I also think it's like the family of it all. And like navigating the families and navigating the children and navigating the children being out of school and just fucking up my mental load in such a way.
Yeah. And then there's the internal struggle of like, I need a minute, but is this too much screen time?
Honestly, I have been living for, first of all,
living for screen time?
No.
Oh, what?
No. My kids have definitely had their fair share of screen time, but I have been living for, J-Mo, is your watch charged? Yeah. Get out. And he's been going down to the park. He's been taking his little brother. They've been surviving and coming back home. So
that's some real 90s level like style parenting.
That's where that's what I'm trying to do. I
Old
want
school.
them to go out there, be one with nature, make choices that I'm not there to help them make. And, you know, they keep making it back home.
There's this book called The Anxious Generation. I've not read it.
Is it about me?
No, it's about kids and basically like because they aren't, it's not like a come back when the lights are on, when the street lights come on situation anymore. Kids don't have this like interaction
They literally
anymore,
don't.
like with their peers, in which they're able to like problem solve without a parent looking at them or like judging them or giving them feedback. And it's on my Audible like thing. I'm not gonna like read it, but I'll listen to it.
So that's I think also my 2025 is I'm like, fuck reading anymore, because I always say I'm gonna do it. No, hear me out.
Okay.
I always say I'm gonna do it, and then I don't. But I listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
I will be audibling all the books that I want to read.
I do love an Audible, but my ADHD can't handle just one. So I've got like 3.
You're bouncing?
I bounce a lot. Yeah. But I bounce a lot when I read.
Oh, see, I don't. I'm committed to one. I know.
That's your
I'm
problem.
a monogamous reader.
But no, that's probably why you're having a hard time reading, is that you're not just like, you know what? I'm not in the mood for whatever like spooky book club we have.
Yeah.
I want to read a little bit of this and then a little bit of that. And then you just like.
And then when the book
dabble.
And then when the book is like no longer entertaining me, I'm like, and I fall off.
I give up on books all the time.
Not me.
Why?
Well, I'm also like,
it's not worth your time if you're not into it. Just like,
I know life's too short to read a shitty book.
Yeah.
I've said that out loud before, and I was like, God, this should go on a shirt.
So there's this, she used to be called like, there's this book or like Bookstagram lady I follow, and I think it's Coffee and Quintus. I can't remember, but she always has so many books. It looks like she's reading so much, and like once a month she'll be like, these are the ones I didn't finish. I got like a page in, and I was like, fuck
this book.
Yeah, because life's too short.
Life's too short to
read a shitty book.
I do think I'm just going to Audible things, because I am going to be driving a lot for the month of January. So.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that weird? I'm going to be driving a lot. You guys.
Jess hates driving.
I hate driving, but a part of my job is to drive. I have to.
It's perfect.
I'm an auditor, ironic, for a company, and I have to go meet clients.
Casey Wilson and who's the other person on her podcast?
Danielle Schneider.
Yeah, they have a book out. They have an Audible book out that they both do. It's called The Art of Small Talk. That's what you should do.
The Art of Small Talk sometimes makes me cringe.
It makes me cringe too, so I didn't listen. I will go back. I'm toggling between that and Amy Poehler's Yes Please, because I never read that.
So the last book that I read, that Casey Rose Wilson.
Oh, her biography.
I love it so much.
I
love
small
it so
essays
much or whatever, the many essays of, what is it called? I forget.
I can't remember.
Oh, put some respect on its title. I don't remember.
Wait, did you let me borrow it?
I did. It was so good. Oh my God, it was so ridiculous.
I love
it made me audibly laugh many a time.
Yeah. It made me rewatch Happy Endings.
Oh, I know. I needed to get.
Have you never watched it?
No, I started it. Probably one episode. Oh my God. Everybody, Darian's here. She's hanging out with us because we were like, we need to record, and then we were like, come in here, because this is the protected space.
It is a protected space. There's no babies.
So, no baby.
No kids allowed.
No.
There used to be kids. There used to be kids allowed, and then my
dog dare a dad to open that fucking door, and they will all just die.
They know better.
Yeah, and I would just give them the fucking eyes.
They would be like, "Don't do it."
Literally, if Mondo were to have the urge, Tommy and Aldridge would be like, "Don't."
What was I saying?
But okay, so Christmas break. Kids are home.
Shit's rough.
Shit's fucking rough. But we've done some cool shit. I mean, okay, so kids were home. But everybody, so long story long, many families in different areas. So we had many Christmases before the actual Christmas. I'm already tired. I've already had to make eye contact. Oh my God. I told you this that night because I had to come home. I had to come to your house drunk that night after the Christmas at my mom's house. Were you
Were
you just yawning on the inside?
No, I was burping.
Oh, okay. So I show up to my mom's house and there's a plaque of Trump.
It's not a picture.
It's a plaque. It's a plaque. And with etched shit I literally wanted to rip it off the wall and fucking punt it into the next door neighbor, just anywhere. But I immediately go, what the fuck is this? And then my mom's husband goes, we don't talk politics on Christmas.
You can't not talk politics when you have a huge Trump plaque.
So I literally look at my mom, and she can see it, and she's like, fuck. And I finally like find a minute to calm down, and I go, Mom, do me a favor. Next Christmas, don't put that up. If you want me to feel any bit of comfort in this home, don't put that up. If it's up on the regular, please take it down. Like,
know your audience.
Know your audience.
If you want your family to come out here,
please understand, Mom. I could not stop sobbing the day that it happened.
That day.
I couldn't stop sobbing. I called into work. I'm affected. Like, do not. And so, yeah, many Christmases, lots of family, exhausted. And then we go on a staycation. That was fun.
It sounded fun.
It was a lot of fun. I think that we should do that together. Juntos. I honestly think that, do we need help? We're good. I honestly think
it's not a smooth door open. Sorry in advance.
You gotta kind of like,
you're thinking, I'm gonna break it.
Things.
You can't. Nothing will break it, but it doesn't also close all the way, so you're good.
She's
yeah.
You
did it.
Yeah,
which is better than I normally do.
Ooh, but yeah, so we did a staycation. We went to PB.
I love it.
It was so much fun. We did Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, went home Sunday. Thursday night, Aldrich and I shut the bar down across the street. So we stayed at the Ocean Pacific Inn at the end of Grand. So on the beach. It was super fun. Right across the way from us is the Shore Club that Aldrich and I used to go to when we were like young and hip and shit. And Mondo's been there. and so we're like, okay, well, the kids are like, they're not down, but they're in the hotel room.
They're fine.
3rd floor. Not fucking, like, who cares? They're happy. They're on their tablets. They're 10 and 7. Don't judge me. So we ditch the kids and we go across the street. We shut the fucking bar down. I don't remember stumbling back home even. I know! It was so fun. And then the next morning, we wake up, we stumble over to have mediocre breakfast. That, like, I don't know why. This place has, like, all the, like, 5-star reviews.
What place is it?
I don't want to say it because I don't want to poop on it.
I'll cut it out.
It's like Kono something. Kono breakfast. Kono something.
Tim Kono?
I know. I wonder if it's because the Hawaiian of it all. I don't want to poo-poo on them.
It's a Hawaiian spot?
It's claiming to be a Hawaiian spot, but but help me understand.
If you're a breakfast Hawaiian spot, your eggs and things, or your zippies, or your nothing.
Okay, literally, I didn't see Spam.
Portuguese sausage?
No!
You're not a Hawaiian
That's
spot.
what I'm saying.
Go fuck yourself.
And I went and I said, hey, I've never been here before. What am I going to order? And he was like, if you've never been here before, you need to order this. And I said, yes, because I had my eye on it anyway. We both like exchanged like niceties. It was like a scramble that had like bacon, green bell pepper, onion, eggs, and then a side of like hash brown.
That sounds like you could get that at IHOP though.
Because you can. And it would probably have salt and pepper in that bitch.
What? It was unseasoned?
It was so cringe. I literally look over at Aldrich and I'm like, I know I'm hungover, so I don't typically have an appetite when I am hungover. But this shit is not good. Like, I gave it a...
Unseasoned?
It was... Honestly, my problem is...
Is it white... Wait. Was it like white
the guy
people
who took my order
having like aloha-themed breakfast? It was legit Hawaiian.
I think the guy... I think he was Hawaiian who took my order.
But he's a server.
He was... He
looked like the owner?
No, you walk up to the thing and then you find a seat. You're on your own.
That sounds like white person goes to Hawaii once.
It was the weird...
Hires Polynesians.
It was the weirdest shit. And I look... And I'm thinking, maybe it's me. No. It's Aldrich too. Because he ordered a burrito that like was supposed to be all the rage. It was essentially my scramble wrapped up in a tortilla. So he also got bland food. Just in a prettier package. I don't know. It was very underwhelming. And then
I don't like breakfast foods when we go out. So if there's an underwhelming breakfast food, it makes me livid.
okay, so I was like, why am I sitting here? I was literally like, why am I sitting here? I could be out like looking at the beach, like looking at the water. Like it's on the water, like the boardwalk.
You could have gone to any taco
Anywhere
shop.
else. Anywhere else. And I was like, well, maybe they have like maybe it's like all the rage for people who are like transplants and who've never tasted seasoning.
Like
I don't know.
Like tourists?
It was embarrassing that we were there. I will say that. I was like, is this really like San Diego food? Like, no. I feel better. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to this TED Talk.
Thank you for this. I feel better. But no, so, okay. And then, so we go, I don't know how, so, okay. So Thursday night, Aldridge and I closed the bar down. Friday, we go back and we're like, let's do it again. And we get there and there's so many young 20-somethings around us. And Aldrich and I are like, what's happening? Also, we're like old, so we're still licking the wounds from the night before. And also trying to day drink, and that's not going well. Like, it was a very humbling experience. And oh my God. And then, so we're on the rooftop of this, I think it was called the Firehouse or the Ale House or whatever. It's, again, across the street from our hotel. It was just like one place over. And I'm looking at Aldridge, and like 2 inches to the his left, my right, Taco Bell was just staring at me. I was like, oh shit, we might be going to Taco Bell tonight. And I look at him and I can see he's suffering. Like he's trying, like we're trying to be like, yeah, we're cool. All these people young around us looking fresh, and you know, we look the way we feel. And then I'm looking at him and I'm like, love, there's Taco Bell. And we don't eat Taco Bell often because it's garbage, right? But we're like, love, it's Taco Bell. So he was like, I mean, we can't walk over there. I said, I have had 1.5 drinks. I will go pull our car out of the garage and we will drive through that Taco Bell. Did we? Yes.
And then did you go back to the bar?
No. What? We brought the Taco Bell back to the room. It was so good.
That does sound more fun.
It was so nice. And then
I don't love a bar.
Immediate jammas.
Yeah.
And just horizontal.
Yeah.
And buzzed.
Nice.
With Taco Bell.
Perfect.
It was so nice. I don't know.
That sounds glorious.
And then so we did that for a few days, and then we got back home. And then I was like, oh cool, the kids get to go back to school. No.
I can't believe they're not back in school yet.
My kids are still at home. They don't go back to school until 2 days from now.
What district?
I'm still suffering. San Marcos. Edit it out.
Oceanside's the same way.
Yeah.
Wait, they're not back in school yet either?
Yeah, they go back to 13.
I don't know what it is.
So this is like literally when this airs.
I'm like, we don't even have ski week. We live in San Diego. Extend the summer by a week. But take this fucking winter break shit and
When did it
do
get
less.
out?
Too
Have they been
early.
out?
Too early.
Too early.
Yeah, they've been out for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
My kids only did 2 weeks. They're back. They went back this week. It
Mm-hmm.
was rough.
That's why you look all well rested and shit. I'm like, my God.
I'm definitely not well
Kids
rested.
are still holding us
but-
hostage.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay.
My update is I have nothing. It was just a long slog of holidays and play dates. And
Lexapro.
Lexapro. I did go to Disneyland. Oh, yesterday at Disneyland?
Yeah. See, look at you.
I'm walking around. I'm in Batu, Star Wars land.
Oh.
And guess who walks past me?
Wait, are you going to say somebody famous?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. I love this game.
And
Oh,
it's-
wait, I know the answer to it.
Wait, how do you know? Did you talk to her?
No,
they talked about it at
Oh, they did.
Is it somebody I would know?
Yeah.
Is it Lala Kent?
No, it's Gordon Ramsay. Tommy walks
Do you
right
know
past
Aldridge
him.
would have literally fucking died?
Tommy loves him so much, walks right past him. And then I see him, he's walking this way. He didn't even notice him. He's walking this way. And I'm like, Tommy! And he thought I lost Jack. So he goes,
Oh, look for
completely
small.
misses him.
He was like, she yelled my name like I did something wrong.
That's so good.
But I
Wait a minute.
yeah.
Do you know Aldridge would have shit his pants? We watch Gordon Ramsay often.
Yeah, Tommy only like Gordon Ramsay and like Paul Hollywood are his like top two. Like that's the only people he trusts their opinion.
Yeah.
for cooking.
Everybody else can suck it.
Yeah, everyone else can suck it. He doesn't trust anyone else but those two.
Wait, who's the other guy? Paul Hollywood?
Paul Hollywood from the Great British Bake Off. That's where he gets all of his baking recipes. That's why
He
he's
is
like,
a-
Obama's baker.
Okay, well, we're back, everybody.
Wait.
Oh!
I'm gonna pre-pop that. Yeah, we're back. Hope everyone enjoyed those episodes. I love Belle Gibson. You know what I noticed about the Belle Gibson episode? It's the first time we said Dickensian.
Oh my God. I literally enjoyed. Okay, so this is going to sound crazy. So because we didn't record,
Uh-huh.
I missed us. So
I
I
know.
was listening to our episodes and they were giving me life all over again. And when we said Dickensian, I was like,
It was the very first time we said Dickensian.
Yes. I was like, oh. And we were like, oh, all of our 12 listeners. And oh God, it was just so much fun.
It was a good time.
I know.
It was fun making that one. It was in the garage too. We like had a brief moment where we were in the garage and we were like, this is the new place to record. We're gonna
And we were
do
like,
it.
oh.
And then Tommy took it over and made it his office.
And
then we
so
got
were like-
this.
and I
But it was
really,
a long period in between
yeah.
where
but
we
I-
were floating around.
We were homeless podcasters for a minute.
Yeah.
We were transient podcasters.
Transient.
Transient podcasters.
Train ho podcast.
Train ho.
So, okay.
Let's get into it.
This one, there's a trigger warning for animal abuse, suicide, and sexual assault.
Animal abuse. Wild and crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's 2025 it real quick.
Yeah, I know. So, welcome back. Welcome back. We're starting off real great. And actually, this isn't like, I feel like the last handful have been kind of like more UFO-y things. And I did intend for this not to be kind of a UFO situation. It does go there, though, because I think that's just what
You know
people
what?
fucking do now.
Is that what it is?
I think
Do
it
we try
happens.
to avoid an all roads lead back to UFO?
I literally, every week, I'm like, I'm not going to do a UFO one. And it somehow always comes back to fucking UFO.
As I'm staring at your fucking UFO, that's like literally right behind
I do have a UFO light. I do.
Do you
have
think
a
that
UFO
you
light.
are literally like subconsciously channeling all things UFO?
Possibly. Also, Tommy got me this really cute painting, or not painting. It's like a little like tapestry
Oh
thing
my God.
on a UFO.
Wait, where did he get that?
Etsy.
Wait, with the frame and everything?
Yeah.
That
Isn't it
looks
cute?
so fucking cool.
Isn't it cute? Yeah.
It is so cute.
UFOs.
Go, Tommy.
Go. Yeah.
Okay, well now I'm at
I'm not
Aldridge.
trying. I'm not trying to find these UFO things, but maybe it's my
But
algorithm.
maybe it's your algorithm, but maybe it's just like everything's happening. It's the universe telling you.
Yeah. Okay. So Bentino Massaro was born March 13th, 1988 in Amsterdam in the Netherlands. His mother was a school teacher. His father worked for an energy company, and they lived a pretty average middle-class life. I also want to preface this by saying this guy sucks.
I'm already feeling like Switzerland can take him right back.
In the Netherlands.
Did I say Switzerland?
Yeah.
Did you?
No, I said the Netherlands.
Why am I like this?
You just thought like, I mean, you wouldn't be wrong if you saw him. He's just very like Nordic looking, like blonde hair, blue eyes. But no, he does suck. And there's like conflicting information out there. But he does suck. Also, remember earlier when we were talking about how kids nowadays are saying the R word? He regularly uses the R word.
Who does that? And he's 2 years younger than us. When I say us, I meant me. By us, I meant me.
Yeah. So
Who does that?
this guy, so this is the first trigger warning for animal abuse. So he says when he was young, he got a kitten who was a little skittish. So he put the cat on a leash and he would take it around the house to like bond with it. And then one day he felt an evil spirit take over his body. And then he swung the kitten by the leash into a prickly bush, not once, just like over and over and
Like
over
he was
again.
like helicoptering this fucking cat into a fucking like cactus.
I don't know if it was a cactus. It was a prickly bush.
Immediately I went cactus.
I mean, I think to the kitten, there was no difference. I don't know.
Did it live?
Don't know.
TB.
But so
Fuck
he's
him.
told this story. I knew
that
that
your
immediately
reaction?
you were going to be like,
How is that your reaction?
my reaction?
No, the guys.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I'm feeling something and I'm going to go helicopter on this cat.
So I also had that same thought. So if you watch like any like criminal like procedural show,
Yeah.
animal abuse in childhood is
It's like an
usually
indicator.
an indicator of serial killers. So I did look into that because I was like, isn't the telomeres gonna be a fucking
I'm not
serial
going to
killer?
lie. There was a time where Shepard was like bending
I
really
remember.
pulleys backwards, like not rolling them, but like over, like rolling them
remember
the wrong
this.
way.
And you were like, oh no.
I looked at Jenna. I was like, am I going to have to get him evaluated? Like, what the fuck is happening to Shep? Why is he overextending all of these poor roly-polies? I think it was the science of it all. I don't know. He
I
hasn't
think
done
it's
it.
probably the science of it all.
Yeah, he hasn't
But
done
so
it.
Also,
It was
it
a very
turns out
short situation.
that
He's okay, guys.
that the idea that it's not quite true. So I went on this nerdy tangent just because I thought it was important to know. So there's this thing called the McDonald triad that originated in 1963 by psychiatrist John McDonald.
Oh.
Surprise there. And he theorized that certain behaviors, mainly cruelty to animals, fire starting, and persistent bedwetting past the age of 5 could predict whether a child would grow up to commit violent crimes, including serial murder and adulthood. And this was kind of like the profiling standard for a very, very long time. Like, that's what we've always heard. However,
The bedwetting thing?
the bedwetting thing too. And so there was this kind of subset group that was like, there's a lot of problems with his research, mostly the fact that he only surveyed 100 criminals that threatened to kill someone but didn't actually commit murder. And then in a 2018 review, so this is like we're
Really
adults.
recent. I mean,
really recent.
Yeah.
A review of the study failed to find a history of all three behaviors among violent offenders. So only 25% of aggressive inmates had committed animal abuse, 45% of school shooters, and 21% of serial murders. So not all kids who abuse animals grow up to be serial killers, but it does point to some troubling tendencies, such as a conduct disorder, which is like you're not acting right, basically, which would include lack of empathy, remorse, guilt, and pathological lying, which I think illustrates preemptively where we're going with this.
Right.
So he's told this story a bunch of times. So either he's lying about the cat or because then he goes back later and he's like, no, that never happened. So either he's lying about the cat or he's lying about the cat not happening.
Right.
I think he's a pathological liar. That is me. Allegedly.
That might be me too.
Yeah.
TBD.
So he also told one of his girlfriends later on that he was diagnosed early with a narcissistic personality disorder and used to poop on people's lawns.
Stop it. Hold on. I need to tell you a story.
No, wait, listen to this.
Oh, God, it gets worse.
He denies ever being diagnosed with a narcissistic personality disorder. But he was like, yeah, I did shit on people's lawns.
I did shit on people's lawns, though. Hold on.
But when Massaro was 10, his parents got really into the self-help movement, specifically a system called the Silva method, in which one sustains a brain frequency of 7 to 14 hertz, and that will allow one to gain psychic abilities. That's a super oversimplification because I really don't understand what this is.
Yeah, no, entiende. Hurt? What is hurt? Like, what is that a measurement
Sound?
of?
Sound or energy, I think.
I went straight to like electric.
Brainwaves? Yeah, maybe it is electric because I think
I don't think it is.
I don't know, to be honest. His parents enroll Bentinho in a youth program. And he wasn't like too pissed about it because he loved learning all he could about spirituality. He goes to India as a teen and studies yoga, meditation, and returns to the Netherlands with the spiritual confidence of a middle-class white dude.
Oh, okay. You had me until you said middle-class white dude, because everything else sounded like super fucking rad.
Yeah, but you know, there's like, I'm going to like also say that like if you ever like see pictures of him, there's like, he's like very blonde, very blue-eyed, very like white guy, but he's always like doing prayer hands looking into the camera. You know?
Yeah. Performative.
I don't know. I actually don't know if it's super performative. I believe that he believes all the stuff about himself.
Perhaps.
But I hate him.
Yes.
So Massaro starts his YouTube channel in 2010, so he's 22 at the time. His first video is titled Understanding Life is Impossible. And I tried to watch it and I like literally I couldn't. So I did watch another one that was a little bit later called What is Bliss? And it was this is why I couldn't watch the other one, is because it's him like holding a camera, like walking and like smiling into the camera.
Cringe immediately.
Breathing hard because he's on a walk.
I don't like to hear people breathe either.
No, and smiling and like making eye contact
No,
into
I
the
feel
camera.
honestly
It's like 5 minutes of that.
I can't. There are TikToks when I feel like a guy is trying to like be cute. I immediately go to the next one.
Yeah.
I cannot be wooed.
It was fucking weird.
Yeah.
But people were like, "Oh my God, you're so great. You're the best. You're the greatest healer of this generation." I don't fucking get it. Because he's just talking in circles too.
No.
It's called, what do they call it? Word salad? Word soup? Word salad? When you like talk in a circle. Anyway, so he's looking in the camera, long time,
jerk.
smiling. Yeah, that's kind of what it is. It's a circle jerk.
It's a circle jerk of words.
It is a circle jerk of words. So he's like looking in the camera for a long time, smiling, and then gives like some generic affirmations, and then follows up with like his spiritual word circle jerk situation that doesn't make much sense. Like one thing he says is, "What is it that is seeing right now? Is it you? Is it the you that you believe to be? Is it seeing right now as an act, as a doing?"
Is art art? That's what it sounds like, literally. Like he's trying to make things like,
yeah, if you're vague, if you're vague and you sound philosophical enough, then like people will make their own conclusions. Yeah. And they'll be like, "Wow, you really made me think." Yeah, because you provided zero substance.
Yeah.
Zero substance.
Yeah. You just took me on a fucking thinking journey
And
I didn't want to go on.
I think that people think like, "Oh, I don't get this. I need to break it down in my own mind to get it." But if you're a good teacher, no one has to fucking break it down and try to understand what you're saying.
If you're a good teacher, people are like understanding and following along with what you're saying.
Yeah, and it makes sense and you're not being a weird creep.
Yeah.
So his videos start gaining traction and he's invited to speak on spirituality seminars and in panels. And now he's got like a pretty big following and he's still very young. He's still like 22, 23. And he's got a lot of followers across Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. He ditches his like, because at first he's got this like Euro backpacker vibe, like, you know, like Patagonia and like a backpack.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I have. But so then he starts.
I'm like a patch. There's a patch somewhere.
Yeah, there's like some sort of patch or like, you know.
There's like,
he's wearing those shorts that are a little bit longer than normal.
Yeah.
And maybe some like Tevas.
He's got a water bottle.
Oh, yeah.
That has stickers of all of his things.
Yeah. And it's like really big and like really battered. And he wears it like an accessory.
It's like a badge of honor.
Yeah, for sure. So he ditches that. Oh. And he starts He starts GTLing himself.
Oh, okay.
So he starts working out. He gets a tan. And he starts like projecting this like party vibe, like out like smoking cigars and like drinking and like chicks all over the place. But some of his claims, so he's still posting these like inspirational things where he's still like looking into the camera for a really long time, being like, "You're beautiful." Eye contact.
Yeah.
So some of his claims at this time was that he was a higher vibrational being than the rest of the people on Earth.
Okay.
He is more enlightened than Jesus.
Oh.
So we've gone
that far.
We've gone from people being like, "I am Jesus reincarnated" to
I am
better.
Jesus. I am better
than Jesus.
I've got one better for you. I am in fact better than Jesus.
Motherfucker. So in his Instagram stories
I'm
Q&A,
not even like that. I'm literally
You're not even that
not
bad.
religious, but it's just
I'm
the
not that
audacity
it's
of
the
somebody
audacity.
to be. Is it audacity or audacity?
Audacity. Did you say audacity?
No. No.
AU, audacity. Stop.
I've never written it before.
Yeah.
Uh,
It is the audacity.
It is the
shocking
audacity.
that he has the audacity to say that he's better. I mean, obviously, I am the most non-Jesus person.
That's what I'm
ever.
saying. But it's just
But even I am like,
for somebody to
excuse
be like, I am better than this being who people.
What do you think you are? No. So in an Instagram stories like Q&A, he describes himself as, quote, organically human, energetically what one would call an alien, comma, essentially God, all in caps. So he's saying he's essentially God, but also energetically an alien.
Yeah.
And because he's an upper density being, that's a quote, he could upper density being. I don't know what that means.
I've literally never heard anybody use that. I'm immediately confused.
I think that's on purpose.
Exactly. He's just trying to sound. How long do you think it took him to think of that?
Probably like no seconds. Because
upper density.
He probably was like, you know what I think? I think his parents were like, you know what? You're so great. You know what? You are better than Jesus. You are an upper density.
You give me upper density in such a way.
This is why you need to humble your kids.
Yeah.
Anyway, so because he's an upper density being, quote, him, not me saying that, he could usher humanity to a higher plane of enlightenment by 2035. He also claims to be able to control the weather and that he has telekinesis. And I did see a video. So Vice did like an interview with him and it starts raining and the lady's like, oh, it's raining. I didn't expect it. And he's like, you can control that, you know? And she was like, oh, I can. And he's like, yeah, you just intend it not to be. And she's like, so I just close my eyes and intend it not to be and it'll stop. And he was like, yeah. And then it keeps raining for like a really long time.
I mean, because literally nobody can
also
the weather.
The first ad for this fucking thing was that Silva method thing that he was trained on.
Oh God.
Targeted ads.
Oh yeah.
So his teachings were like a mishmash of the law of one, which says that all things in the universe are the same. And if you think there's a difference, it's because you just don't know any better. And that's obviously a gross oversimplification.
Has he telekinetically done anything to prove his telekinetic?
On like Instagram, he's like, look at me. There's like a strip of foil and he goes like this and it spins. But to me, it looks like he's blowing on it from off camera.
I'm like, does he think he's fucking Matilda?
But that was proof. Who do you think you are?
Fucking Matilda? Okay, I'm gonna fucking Trunchbull your ass right now.
Oh, remember that time? We were like, let's bring back Trunchbull fashion?
Yes.
Anyway, no, he posted this video of him moving this piece of tinfoil, which is notoriously so light.
Literally.
He's like, this is proof of my telekinesis, but it's like super zoomed in. Yeah.
He's literally, okay.
Stupid. Yeah. I think that he would have had better success like learning like sleight of hand magic. And being like, ooh, I can do telekinesis.
Perhaps
look at this
pulling
ball.
a coin behind.
Yeah, that I think would have been more impressive to me than the fucking piece of tinfoil.
Yeah.
So anyway,
okay.
He also is a follower of The Secret, which that's Jay-Z Knight, isn't it? No, it's what's the other episode we did? Fuck, I don't remember.
Okay.
Oh, James Arthur Ray. James Arthur Ray. He was in The Secret, the documentary The Secret.
Yes. Okay.
So he's also a follower of that school of thought, like manifestation, law of attraction stuff. So in 2013, he moves to Boulder, Colorado, which is a hub for kind of like both a spiritual movement and tech. And in 2014 launches Bentino Massaro TV, a site where you could access his videos for a fee. And he also starts a company called Trinfinity with the aim to help humanity reach that enlightenment that he keeps talking about.
Mm.
But the way that he conducted his business didn't really sit well with other members of Trinfinity, because it seemed like he was just like promoting himself.
Right.
So there was discussions of ousting him, and he caught wind. So he's like, "Fuck you." So he moves to Sedona, Arizona.
Oh,
which is literally where all shit goes down.
Yeah.
Is in fucking Sedona.
Is it the mountains of Sedona? Do you think that or the Red Rocks?
Is it the Red Rock Rushmore of Nicolas Cage's that draws them in?
I think that's literally what it is.
I think it is.
Okay, well,
I think it is. I think everyone is like, I don't know about Sedona, and then they glimpse that hairline, and
they're like, wait a minute,
that mountain of multiple
Nikolai
hairlines,
the
Nikolai hairlines, and they're like, you know what? The mountains are calling.
They're calling me.
They're calling me.
They're whispering. No, wait.
They whisper. So
why do I see Nicolas Cage doing the opposite of whisper? He's like yelling.
No, I only see for some reason. I think that I think I showed you. Wait, so I think I found someone had made a rendering of a Nicolas Cage Rushmore, and he's yelling in almost all of them.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I only see him yelling.
Didn't I show you that?
No.
Oh God.
What? I need it so badly. It went just
he's like screaming in almost
because there's only
word.
one way to envision Nicolas Cage,
and it's screaming.
It's screaming.
So it's not a whisper. The mountains are calling loudly.
The mountains are screaming.
They're screaming Nicolas Cage style.
Yes, the Nikolai are calling.
The Nikolai are calling. So in Sedona, he holds weekly talks at an art center, and he's still running retreats and events while maintaining this super strong social media presence. And the barrier to entry is like really low, right?
Oh.
It's a follow. And then if you're like, I don't like it, then you unfollow, whatever.
Sure.
But if you get hooked in, you're starting to like find what he's saying like agreeable, because it's vague enough and like open-ended enough that you kind of project your own shit.
You can make anything like honest. That's how I feel about you might have to edit this out. That's how I feel about like homilies at mass. They speak vaguely enough, like when you go to church.
Oh,
I know. Know my audience. Know my
audience.
But I'm just
I didn't
saying,
even know what you were talking
people,
about.
So many people can like hear something and essentially apply it to what they're experiencing in that moment and make it make sense and think like, oh, all of this is like incredible and, whatever, because you speak vaguely enough about something and everybody can fill in the rest of the blanks, essentially.
Yeah. So he does that, but like with like weird new age spiritual shit. And again, still camera, eye contact, nonstop.
Cringe.
So a lot of what they would do at these, like in Sedona, at these things, they were called distortion readings.
Mm-hmm.
And fellow followers would point out flaws and insecurities of like one person. And then the logic was that sometimes we can't see our own hangups, and we can lean on the community to help reflect on our own distortions of reality.
Okay.
But none of these people are fucking licensed to do this.
What's happening?
Which is like super fucking dangerous. And it like tips into just like psychological abuse territory, because there's just a ton of people that are like, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. And like, instead of building resilience, what it does is it makes them not trust their own instinct.
Yes.
They're like, you're right. I don't, because the shit that they're talking about, they're like, you're not in your own divinity. And so because of that, you can't like, I don't know, eat shit right. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Whatever.
And so it makes them more vulnerable to suggestion by not only by the group, but Massaro, who then positioned himself as the highest authority to be the one that's better than Jesus somehow. Okay. So he's like, you should cut, like anybody who doesn't follow or like believe in this, you should just cut ties.
Okay, cult
red flag number one.
Red flag.
Right? Oh, this is the quote from him in the video. He says, quote, "Fuck your relationships, all of them, to your parents, to your family, to your friends, to the people around you. To me, fuck your relationships. They mean nothing. They mean nothing. Don't give a fuck about your family. Don't give a fuck about your children.
Ew!
Don't give a fuck about your parents. Don't give a fuck about your partner. That was all in 2017.
If that's not a red flag, just smacking you in the face with the whips
But
of
do
the
you
wind.
see how clever he was to be like, don't give a fuck about me? Because he's like also including him in that. So people are like, oh no, he's not trying to take control because he's also
He's
saying,
including
"Not
himself
me."
in the don't
But
give a
again,
fuckage.
but again, he's like, I'm better than Jesus.
Yeah.
So of course they're going to defer to anything he fucking says if they already believe it.
It's just wild to me that somebody can say all of these things. And God, I feel like every episode I'm like, I don't get how people can
You have
not see.
You have a cognitive
I
dissonance
know.
believing that people are like that?
Cognitive dissonance of it all.
The cognitive
Oh
dissonance?
my God. One of our episodes, like right before the break.
Right before break.
Yeah. We cognitive dissonance, like
It's where it was formed.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. So according to the law of one, your perceived discord with the world around you, with the attachments, the responsibility, and obligations you might feel to people, the trauma you have experienced, they're not real. And if you're thinking, if you think it's real, that's what's getting in the way of enlightenment.
Oh God.
So again, nothing is real. And of course, there's one movie that almost every single cult leader has
Refers
fucking
back to.
referenced. What do you think it is?
Oh God, I can't remember these.
We've talked about it at least 5 times.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh no. I'm on the spot. I don't know. Do you know?
Mm.
Cult leaders will typically refer
Modern cult leader.
modern cult leaders.
It was one of the biggest movies of the 90s with Keanu Reeves.
Speed, 1. Speed, 2.
The
The Matrix?
Honestly, okay, so wait, to be honest, Speed is my number one though.
Fucking not Speed.
It is so fucking
That,
that's
the Sandra
Sandy
Bullock. That's Sandra Bullock of it all.
fucking good.
Oh my gosh, she has my whole heart.
She does have my whole heart. It's so good. We watched it in Japan twice because that was all that was on
Wait,
TV.
what?
Oh, it was like all that was on TV. So we were watching Speed, and every time the kids would be like, "Can we leave?" And we're like, "No,
No, we cannot.
we can't leave. This is when it gets good."
Okay, because literally that's it. Or like Bill and Ted's. I was not thinking Matrix.
Yeah, no. So The Matrix.
Okay.
So I feel like this is probably like Guru 5 to talk about the fucking Matrix. So if you haven't seen the film, sorry, Bert.
Mhm.
So, or know anything about it, which maybe younger kids don't. You've never seen it?
I've never watched The Matrix. I've seen things. I've seen people dodge bullets. I know that there's a green pill, a red pill.
See,
I know that there's a lot of sunglasses and trench coats.
there is enough that you know
Yes.
that has like seeped into
Yeah.
public discourse, into the cultural
The
zeitgeist.
cultural zeitgeist.
So if you haven't seen it, it's about Neo, played by Keanu Reeves. And he believes he's living like a normal ass life, but then he comes to discover that nothing is real. And he's got like a human body, which is in like this weird incubator thing that's plugged in to this fake reality. So it's kind of like, I don't know. It's like they're living like Roblox. It's like Roblox is real.
That is
But
so
they don't
stressful.
know. But they don't know
Oh.
that they're living in Roblox. And then they get unplugged. And once he realizes that he's unplugged and nothing is real, he can go in and he can manipulate reality and dodge bullets and like no kung fu and all
he
the
dodges
things
bullets.
because he's manipulating reality.
Okay.
So a lot of like these new age gurus, they use that as an example, being like nothing is real. And once you realize nothing is real, you can also dodge bullets. So almost every guru was like, I am Neo. I am, which is obviously an anagram for one,
Yeah.
because there's all the things. So anyways, he also applies this matrix terminology into his teachings. So nothing is real. Everything you know about the world is wrong. And Massaro is the only one that knows that's going on because he is the Neo / better than Jesus. So you push down your instinct that tells you that this isn't right because you're like, maybe this is me thinking this is real and it's not real. So maybe this feeling isn't real.
Right.
You're just like,
It's just the
it
fuckery.
fucks
It's a
you
mind
up.
fuckery. Yeah.
It's a mind fuckery.
Yeah.
So you lean on him to fill in the gaps, but what he's saying is also like just absolute garbage. He says, this is another quote from him, The underlying subject of all objects is itself the subtlest object of them all. This is a quote from Rolling Stone. He says in one recent post in which he gazes blankly into the distance.
Oh.
He then goes on to say, release yourself of the subject as if it were a final object. You can deny focus and realize your true state is beyond. Does that make any sense to you?
No.
Yeah. But does it seem like it should make sense?
It literally, like,
It sounds like he's saying something and you're like, man, I must be not with it. I
like,
don't get
hold
it.
on. I'm literally holding on to every word to try to make it make sense. It's not.
That's the scam, though.
Yeah.
It's that, like, so
Confuse me enough to make, like,
to make you doubt. You're like, oh,
yeah.
yeah, sure, you
I
must
bet.
know. You must be
I
so
bet.
smart.
Because you're using big words and talking in circle. You're talking circle jerks of words. And I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. But if you're confused enough and somebody's looking at you
and you're desperate enough,
then you know what? It makes sense to him, so it might make sense to me.
I'm just not getting it.
I'm going to go along with it.
Mm-hmm. So he also would encourage his inner circle to do grape juice cleanses and weird fasts.
Grape juice.
Grape juice. Okay, honestly. So, all right, wait.
Okay,
I'll get there.
Yep.
And it's fucked up, my thoughts on this. So there was one weird fast that he did. It was a mix of grape juice, bentonite clay, and charcoal. And my beef, bentonite clay, stop putting things in your mouth. It doesn't belong there. It's not, it's, you put it on your face. It's supposed to suck the toxins out.
Oh,
of
is
your
that
skin.
Indian?
The red, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to
It's
ingest
literally
that.
called that. I'm not being ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
called, that's what
called
it's
Indian
called.
clay.
So it's that. The charcoal I get because
Okay.
I also ingest charcoal regularly.
Yeah.
But then I was so hung up on the grape juice because in my mind I was like, that's
Not
such
even
a high.
prune?
Well, no, it was such a high sugar content.
Yeah, I'm like trying to figure out where
I'm like, if you're trying to do a fast, I don't know. But that was my first. I didn't even blink at the bentonite clay at first. I was like, grape juice.
grape juice? That's literally where I was like, huh?
But then I thought, what if he's like, wine is maybe because they didn't want to stop drinking. He's like, wine is grape juice. And so maybe it allowed them to have wine. That's the only thing I could think of. Because otherwise, why grape juice? Not grapefruit juice like other cults.
Could that be considered cognitive dissonance?
Probably. No, I think that there is.
Yes, there's element of cognitive
Let's do a
dissonance.
cleanse, but let's not stop drinking.
Yes.
Because I think that that's also kind of where he gets like, he's got that party
Yeah.
persona. So he claims that it was just a side thing between friends. But again, his inner circle is still his students. And he's still saying that he is more enlightened than Jesus.
Oh, jeez.
So from that point, there is no like just friends.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Everything is going to be a student-teacher relationship.
Absolutely. You are not going to be like, oh, I'm better than Jesus, better than everything, but I'm also your equal.
Yeah,
No,
if Jesus
people
was
are
like
gonna put
alive
you-
and
yeah.
was like, you know what you should do?
Yeah.
This grape juice cleanse.
I think
Maybe
good.
eat this face mask.
Yeah. Maybe eat this face mask. Yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna
You
be
know,
he's Jesus.
Yeah.
Sure.
He's better.
Yeah.
With
Jesus
all of
was
his
like-
audacity.
The audacity.
Audacity. Oh my God.
You're so on audacity.
I literally today, years old.
So B. Schofield is a journalist that we've talked about before on a Cultured episode a while ago. And she was already in Sedona when she caught wind of Bentinho, and immediately her bullshit radar went off.
Woo.
So she infiltrated the group. I know. This
Wait
is
a
why
minute.
B.
We
Schofield
had
is such
somebody
a
on the fucking inside?
Yes. B. Schofield, okay. B. Schofield is such a fucking badass, and I think that like I might be her biggest fan.
I
Because
mean,
I've talked about her way too much.
that is some
I
bad
think.
bitch energy, though. To like
Bad bitch
go
energy.
in and be like, I smell
She
bullshit
used an alias.
from this side of the mountains.
Yeah, she used an alias. She goes in,
Yes.
infiltrates the group, and then on December 1st, 2017, posts a Medium article titled Tech Bro Guru Inside the Sedona Cult of Bentino Massaro. Which, if Tech Bro Guru isn't like the most perfect like descriptor,
Right. Tech Pro Guru.
Tech Pro Guru.
Uh-huh.
No, bro.
Oh, Tech Pro Bro.
Tech Bro.
Tech Bro Guru.
Tech Bro
Guru.
With his weird steely eyes and his weird prayer
And his
hands,
eye
looking at the
contact.
camera.
Ugh.
Fuck yourself.
Yeah.
So the article blows up, brings a lot of negative attention to Massaro and Trinfinity,
Perfect.
and their internal response was, these are evil forces out to get us because they don't want us to bring this great awakening to the planet. Their public response was, B. Schofield is in a cult. We're not in a cult. She's in a cult. The cults of the lame American media.
Okay.
Which, based on that sentence, I feel like you know where this is going eventually.
Mm-hmm.
So they navigate the cult label for the next year. In December of 2018, he hosts a 12-day retreat called the Sedona Experiment 2. And this is a trigger warning for suicide. I know. So during the retreat, a follower named Brent Wilkins was found at the bottom of a ravine, having jumped from a bridge to end his life.
Fuck.
Brent was a former tennis coach and spiritual seeker who had been a longtime follower of Massaro and was very involved in the Trinfinity community. He was struggling with his mental health in the year leading up to the retreat, and his death sent a shockwave through the community. Investigators we're pretty sure it's suicide. But after talking to Brent's mother, who was like, he
would
in a
have
cult.
never done this.
No, she was like, he's in a cult. Like, you need to look at this guy.
Yes.
He was cool. Then he joined this cult, and now he's dead. So they do some digging and investigate a little further, and they find a video of Massaro saying, quote, "You can't die unless you want to. Looking forward to death makes you truly come alive. Wake up to something important. Otherwise, kill yourself."
Okay, so he was basically like, kill yourself. Like, literally, like, you're miserable. You're not these things, so you should just kill yourself.
Yeah. Very much like Teal Swan.
That is so fucking sad.
And that's obviously very problematic, but also insidiously ignorant.
Yeah.
Like, and dangerous on their part to even put that out there. Because
1000%.
I think that, like, you know, people who deal with, like, depression, it's always very cyclical.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Right.
And so
Like
if you're at your lowest point,
yeah,
and an authority that you think
is better than
Jesus is like, if you can't do this, kill yourself.
go ahead. Do
What
us
the
all
fuck?
a favor. Basically.
So
I took that too far.
I mean, you're not
That probably
wrong,
was
though.
not. Yeah, it's probably not
So-
far from.
It's not far. I
What was
think it's
intended.
super fucked up. And I think that, like, my beef with Bentino, Massaro, and Teal Swan having this, like, rhetoric around suicide, that they're not qualified, like, mental health
No,
providers.
who are
that people are
they?
looking to. They have a responsibility as
Absolutely.
teachers. And they're like, well, no, I have freedom of speech. I can say whatever I want. But you have a responsibility as a teacher to not put shit out there that's going to harm your students.
Right.
I fucking hate them. Anyway, so the lead investigator said Massaro was cooperative and the death was ruled a suicide, but the whole thing left his followers confused by his lack of compassion or remorse for putting out the video that encouraged followers to kill themselves.
Jesus Christ.
His public response was, quote, "I love Brent. His suicide was highly unfortunate, painful, and a shocking surprise to all of us. Had I seen it coming somehow," see, he's already distancing,
Interesting.
"I would have done my best to intervene or get him professional help."
You literally fucking told him to go ahead and do it.
I don't
Now I'm
argue
mad
that.
again.
The intention behind that statement or similar statement was simply to encourage people to value lives, not devalue,
Ew.
exclamation point.
First of all.
Which I don't know why that exclamation point makes me so fucking mad. And the precious opportunity we all have of being alive, my intention was to inspire people to prioritize their existences more consciously. So that's kind of like a
Literally
bullshit.
not what.
It's a sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
After the story blew up, Massaro cut and run. He was like, I'm out of here. He left Sedona and the following he had there and took a small amount of followers with him. And they traveled the world, like, living it up.
Where are they now? Never mind. Tell me later.
Story's not over.
I know. Sorry. I just immediately, I was like, where are they? I immediately envisioned them like in Ibiza or something.
Don't know. fuck, it probably is in Ibiza.
Oh, wow.
So they travel the world posting party pics from the Caribbean, the pyramids, while a small group set up a new retreat center in a monastery in the Netherlands. And this is where he was going to set up a utopian community that he had been promising. That one that's going to be like, oh, by 2025 or 2035, that's this year,
Okay.
everyone is going to be enlightened. So, of course, most of the work was left to followers who weren't compensated. And Massaro was like, no, we just run this company like a family. Like, we all pitch in. But he, like, obviously benefits monetarily. Right. And then he was also very open about participating in a polyamorous lifestyle and had a constant rotating cast of girlfriends.
Wow.
P.S. Nothing wrong.
I was just going to say,
having
wait,
polyamorous
are
relationships.
other people allowed to? Because what I've noticed... No.
So
no cult leader wants anybody else.
So this is the thing.
Having the sexy times.
Yeah, just that.
Exactly.
So he's like, yeah, poly's being like so great. However, healthy polyamorous relationships are built on a foundation of consent and trust.
Okay.
One of his core teachings was that you should have sex with multiple partners, and that could be a form of spiritual fulfillment, even if you aren't comfortable with it. So because he's constantly telling people that nothing is real and they don't trust their instincts and boundaries of a lot of women would participate and they convince themselves that these boundaries are wrong. But also once they were in this polyamorous relationship with him, he was not cool with them being with other people.
Exactly.
But he could be with whoever.
The audacity.
The audacity.
I can't. Okay, that's the last time I'm going to say it.
It's not the last time I'm going to say it. So they were basically convinced their boundaries are wrong. So they're like, I guess I'm going to do this. It doesn't feel right, but nothing I feel is right.
Is real
wrong,
or
is right.
whatever
Yeah.
anyway. So I guess I'm just going to ignore all these feelings that I'm having.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he writes in a group text, quote, whenever I connect with a young woman, I don't need anybody's fucking doubts because they can't see beyond the image. People should look the other way when I fuck a woman to freedom.
What?
I knew you were going to.
Oh my God. What? The fuck?
The
audacity.
The audacity.
People should look the other way when I fuck a woman to freedom. She's not experienced. Never mind. That was. I was like, no O's for her. I'm sorry. I don't know why I took it there. It wouldn't be that way. Why am I this way?
Why? So this leads to an environment where everyone is sleeping with each other, which is important for a leader seeking coercive control because you want to control the followers' most intimate relationships because if they're out there forming relationships with other people,
It might be a deeper connection. You lose.
and then they're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
This
you
doesn't
lose your control.
sound right. And then you lose your control. So during this time, he starts relationships with both a woman named Jade Electra, who's a yoga teacher from California, and Jackie Graham, who is a Canadian vegan restaurateur. They weren't at the same time, but there's kind of like this crossover. So I'm going to kind of talk about them at one after the other. But there's many other girlfriends, but these are the two women that came forward. So I'm just going to like focus on them.
Okay.
So Jackie, the vegan
restaurateur.
restaurateur. So her journey starts off with him love bombing the shit out of her.
Usually.
And he tells her that he wants to marry her, have children with her. She already has like some kids, right?
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, this is kind of like filling my cup.
She's like perfect, you know, because I mean, there's okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so he's love bombing her.
Yeah.
But then also at the same time telling her that she needs to lose weight.
Fuck him.
I know.
I dare somebody.
I know. So
And by
apparently
somebody,
he
I
did
mean
this with all of his girlfriends because one of his ex-girlfriends said that he withheld sex until she lost weight because there are toxins stored in fat cells. And he says, I've never withheld sex, but yeah, I did tell her she needed to lose that fat because of the toxins.
Oh my God. He was like, I certainly fucked her to freedom,
Yeah.
but didn't
But like,
didn't want to,
yeah, we were really thinking that the toxins of the fat cells were the issue here. Why'd you have to even clarify?
Yeah.
Like the way that he clarifies makes me hate him
Worse.
so much more.
He's making it worse.
He makes it worse. So she follows him to the Netherlands where where he said that he was having issues setting up a bank account, which no one has a fucking issue.
So she's like, I'll do it.
No,
Okay.
she doesn't offer. But then he says, let's just like not even date. Let's like skip ahead and get married. And she's like, what? And he's like, well, you know what though is like more powerful than like being legally married? It's just like joining our bank accounts. That's like more special, more like,
That's more binding.
It's
That,
more
like, really
meaningful.
brings us together in such a way.
And she said that like her heart kind of sunk when this happened because she was like, oh God.
I mean,
She,
cannot
like,
ignore this
suspected.
red flag.
But
This,
she's like, I
blood red
loved
flag.
him so much.
Is she allowed?
And he was like love bombing her so hard that she was like, sure.
Anything.
And he said he wanted to invest money so that he could give his teachings for free and together they'd share this residual income. So she was like, so it's for the greater good.
this is just what I need to do on the front end.
Yeah. So then she's like, okay. So she gives him hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Wait, hold on. Where is she getting all this money?
She's a restaurateur.
She's a restaurateur. I forgot. Okay.
Yeah. And so after she gives him this money, his attitude changes.
I bet it does.
And he's like, this, you know what? All of a sudden, I'm not that into you. And a few weeks later, he comes to her crying, saying he lost all the money in a bad crypto investment. And she forgives him and he agrees to pay back 20% of the amount he owed her. And he says, again, his clarification, he says, no, she gave me the money as a gift or a donation.
Oh, God. A
And then-
donation?
Yeah.
Fuck
He
off.
also says he didn't lose interest in her sexually after the donation. But after that, it was just relationally and thus sexually because of certain character patterns that started showing up in her behavior, which I will not disclose here because I love her and respect her privacy and dignity.
So basically, she sucks as a human, but I'd still fuck her. But I won't tell you why she sucks as a human to me.
Because I'm above it.
Because I'm just would never do something like
Because I'm better than Jesus.
Yeah, I'm better than Jesus.
So another thing happens is that once they're at dinner and Bentinho was like, yo, take your top off. And she's like,
No, fuck you.
absolutely not. Leading up to this, he's been like, you're too masculine. You're too masculine. Because he was all about like women are like soft and all about softness and surrender. And he's like, you're too masculine. So he's like, you need to take your top off. And she's like, no. And then he's like,
You're being masculine again.
no, she's like, is that like me being masculine, needing control? And so then he
of
tells
my own
her,
body?
Yeah. So then he tells her this story about a couple who were at dinner. It's like this old proverb where the man is like, hey, break this teacup. And the woman's like, why would I do that? It would break a teacup. I'm not going to do that. And he's
that
like, well, if
sounds
you love
stupid.
me, just do it. It's a sign of your love. And she does it. And then they're like, oh, run off into the sunset together.
Oh, God.
And so she afterwards is like, fuck, I fucked up because everything with him is a teaching. So I fucked up. I should have taken my top off.
Stressful.
Which obviously there's a huge difference between
Yeah.
breaking a teacup and taking
and
off
showing
your
your
fucking clothes.
yeah, and exposing yourself when you're not feeling comfortable to do so.
Yeah. So she
Pressured.
starts to feel gross about the lost investment. So she confides in another member who then immediately runs and tells him. He then accuses her. Judas. The audacity of
that Judas.
So then he accuses her of being an evil entity and, quote, a spy coming here to try and separate everyone and plant seeds of doubt in the community.
Oh, God.
To stay, she would have to confess to everyone anything negative she has ever felt about them, which she does.
Oh, no.
And she still feels gross. But then in 2020, she comes across The Vow, which is a documentary series on Max about Nixium, which we did in episodes 32 and 33.
Uh-huh.
The Sarah, burn it down.
Burn it down.
And immediately she's like, oh, fuck.
What the fuckage?
She's like, oh my God, I'm not a part of something special. I'm like, this isn't a special leader.
Oh my God.
This is literally a narcissistic abuse cult.
Oh my God. Of all the episodes we've ever done, I don't think that we've ever had like an aha moment where somebody is somebody's in it.
Yeah.
But then they see something
From another episode.
yeah. And they're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Just wait. Just wait. So jumping forward a little bit, or no, jumping back a little bit.
Okay.
Jade Electra. She is has a really big following on Instagram for being a yoga teacher. And she was sent a video of Massaro in 2017 by a friend and colleague. And at first she was like, this is lame. But she followed because she was like, back then, like in 2017, it was a lot of Instagram for yoga teachers was very much like 30-day yoga challenges and very posturally minded. And so if you saw someone that had substance and that might help you with sequencing or inspire you, you would just follow them. Didn't matter. And then eventually you just unfollow
them if they don't speak to you.
Yeah.
But
so she does that. And she starts engaging more with Massaro online and with his girlfriend, Corey. And in 2021, Corey invites Jade to Ecuador. And at first, Jade was scared and apprehensive, but she had recently had a tarot reading that said that she was going to be with a man who was good for the world and they would do great things together. She thought she thought this might be it.
Right.
She's like, maybe this is what that tarot reading is about.
Yes, of course.
So she ignores the pit in her stomach and flies out to meet Massaro. And then once she's there, he love bombs the shit out of her, tells her that she has the code for enlightenment and that she should come with them to Panama. So she does. She pays her own way for the flight and room and board and all the stuff. And then quickly she realizes that to be Massaro's new girlfriend is instant enlightenment to the followers. Everyone was like, oh my God, you're so amazing. And so she was getting love bombed by not just him, but also his followers.
So it's like, oh, this must be it. This is, feels good.
Yeah. She's flying high on all of the attention. And the community was like, he's so nourished when he's with you. He's spiritually better when he's with you.
Oh,
and that
pressure.
gave her, it made her feel good.
Yeah, yeah.
Because yes, that would make you feel wonderful.
Yeah.
And so,
he's this incredible thing to the community. And then when he's with me, he's that much better.
Yeah.
I'm essentially giving all of this good to the community.
Yeah.
Too.
And this is also a side note. It's also gross, but Massaro is Jade was never my student and that she sought, quote, she sought a sexual relationship. Oh, wait, did I not put the whole thing? Okay. Oh, no, I did put the whole thing. So he says she sought the sexual relationship. And this is the super gross deductive quote. But I think it illustrates what a piece of shit he is. He says, quote, she was very sexually active, initiatory, and interested, more so than myself, which is common.
Okay. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
And also, though, not to objectify Jade, but she was a radiant goddess with legs for days.
Okay, and maybe she
was
had
so
a
much
very
more
healthy...
beautiful than him.
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense to me.
No, well, and maybe she just had a really incredible sex drive in general.
Yeah. Also, don't sex shame people that are willing to have sex with you. You
get
fucking piece of
out
shit.
Of here. Are you biting the hand that's literally getting its vagina to you?
She is again.
Yeah.
An Amazonian goddess you are blessed to have had sex with.
He should be thanking his lucky stars if he believes in
He looks like, oh my God, this is in my notes.
Go on.
He looks like an It's a Small World doll brought to life.
Oh no!
And I stand by that.
Oh my God, I need to find him. I'm going to look him up after this because if I lean forward, I might pee.
So we're almost done. So things turned quickly, though, for Jade because Corey, Massaro's other girlfriend that invited her to Ecuador, they were constantly competing for his attention and shit turned sour real quick. And Massaro loved this because he can pit them against each other for more control over his time and approval. So he approved all of her social media posts. He wanted to use her to rope in another influencer named Alexis Wren. I guess Jade knew her sister. And he only allowed her to read approved books. So he was like very much controlling like all of the shit.
The fuckage.
I know. That's what really. This is a trigger warning for sexual assault. But at a house party, he asked her to take off her top.
What is it with take off your shirt? What
I
is
don't
it?
know. But he asked her to take all her clothes off.
Oh.
While he's lecturing about masculinity. And she says that her stomach dropped, but she didn't want to fuck up. So she's like, okay, he's so enlightened. This is him teaching me something. So she does it. She's told to sit on his lap, and he's like smoking a stogie and is like, see, this is what masculinity is. And then touched her body.
Ew.
And then asked her to do a handstand.
He wanted upside down titties?
Yeah.
That's so fucking disgusting.
Disgust.
Like, it's all at his own pleasure. Like, it's for his, like to make it, like, his, what is it called? Entertainment.
I don't know. I fucking hate him.
Stupid.
I didn't even just like her, she describes it on a podcast, and like even leading up to it, I knew where it was going, and I was like, motherfucker, I hate him. So Jade. So Jade is.
He's literally like jump.
Yeah. And they're like, because they're like, this guy's like
Yes.
better than Jesus.
Yes.
And like, she's constantly told to ignore her the boundaries of, especially of sexual consent.
Everything is a
teaching.
Yes.
And so she's ignoring her boundaries, and she's doubting herself. So she doesn't even consider this like sexual assault at the time.
Ugh.
And so she then is pushed to the outer edge of the inner circle by a new girlfriend and is invited to teach meditation at the Esalen Institute, which is like a big deal if you're a yoga teacher. Like, you are creme of the crop if you're asked to go teach here. And he's like, no, you can't go.
Ew.
And it's not until she's like, I'm going to promote your teachings, that he was like, yeah, okay.
I think you can go there now.
So then she goes, and she also comes across the vow.
Yes, bitch.
And it takes her a little bit longer, but soon she's like, holy shit.
What the fuck?
Because I think at first she was like, I would never have sex with Keith Raniere. Why would this happen? And then
she's like,
she notices the behaviors, and then she's like, oh my God.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I think that, again, he looks like an It's a Small World doll brought to life, but he's miles higher than Keith Raniere.
Okay.
So in February 2022, Jade, Jackie, and fellow ex-member Keelan McNeil, they reach out to Sarah Edmondson, Burn It Down Sarah, and speak out on her podcast A Little Bit Culty, with the goal to put it out there to warn others before it gets to like NXIVM level.
Oh my God, I love this so much.
During COVID, so I'll backtrack a little bit, pre the vow, or around the time of the vow. So Massaro does what someone on the fringes of society who hates mainstream media does during COVID, and he gets weird. He jumps on the conspiracy bandwagon of David Icke, like Guru Jagat. And he refers to the coronavirus as a ruse to encourage people to quit their jobs over vaccine mandate. Or he encourages people to quit their jobs over vaccine mandates, and starts posting some like weird ass white privilege shit. Like in June 2020, he posted a picture of himself gazing into the distance. And the caption says, quote, "If you truly want what's best for you, don't linger in blaming your oppressors. That's not true courage. Thank them for showing you your weakness, where you agreed to not love yourself and then change accordingly." And then he says that has nothing to do with race. But it was peak BLM.
Yeah.
It was peak.
So
Peak BLM.
George Floyd. Yes.
Don't blame your oppressors. That's not true courage.
Oh my God.
This guy's still at it. He has a ton of online programs that he's peddling. Still sucks hard, is what I wrote in my notes.
Yes, because it's true.
Oh, and the last thing I wanted to say, if someone is claiming to be a teacher and they're talking in circles and you don't understand, that's not a teacher you should be following.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. He's just doing a mental circle jerk.
Mental circle jerk. Didn't we have another episode called something about a circle jerk?
No, it was the one taste, because they actually were circle
jerking. Oh, that's right. All roads lead back to circle jerk.
It always leads back to a circle jerk.
It does.
Honestly, I'm gonna
Is that what we call
tally.
this one?
All roads lead back to a circle jerk.
All roads lead back to circle jerk audacity.
The audacity.
The audacity of the mental circle jerk.
Circle jerk.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. We didn't have to think that hard.
No.
No.
Oh my God, he fucking sucks.
He fucking sucks. And he's still like out there. And like all of his still again.
And ladies, I don't give a fuck if you're in a cult, if you're just, if a man asks you to take your top off, don't fucking listen.
No. It's fucking weird.
It's fucking weird.
And again, it's only like it's for like you might be thinking like even
It's
if you're like
off.
free with your body, if a guy asks you to do it, you say fuck no because
I'll do
you
it when I
asked.
want to do it.
I do it when I want.
You know what? I wanted to take my top off,
But now I
because
don't.
who asked me to? Fuck you,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna.
I would have done it if you just waited 20
Just
minutes.
2 seconds ago, I was like, I might take my top off, and then you asked me,
And
so
now
I'm
it's a
like, fuck
hard
no.
pass. That's exactly the right sentiment
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah,
If we teach our daughters anything, it's that.
it's that you take your top off when you want to.
Yeah. If someone asks you, even if you still want to, you don't
Fuck
do it.
them. Yeah,
Fuck
you don't do
them.
it, and you wait till they're gone.
Show everyone else and say, that's what
That's
he
what
gets.
he up
That's what he's missing out on because he asked.
because he asked. I don't work for nobody.
Yeah.
I don't do nothing for nobody but myself. Sorry, I'm feeling like this is gonna. I'm like, you know how many times I've told my kids, I don't work for you.
I was for you.
I don't work for you. You can make your own pizza, bitch. I don't say that part, but the first part I do.
Just not the bitch.
I don't
But
do
there's
anything 'cause
you
anybody
say it
asks me.
silently.
I say, you make your own pizza, bitch. Bitch.
I
Did they-
said-
are they?
I said-
Did they? I looked into the eyes of the back of his head / soul, and I said, bitch.
Wait, were you there when we watched that with Feifei and she could not stop?
No, oh no.
You were.
Maybe was I drinking?
We watched. It was like the first episode of Key and Peele, and she was
Oh
like,
my God.
"What is this?"
It is,
But she
so
recognized them as the voices from Toy Story.
good. What?
She was like, "Oh no!" She recognized them from Wendell and Wild.
Oh,
And then she was like,
Toy
"Oh,
Story.
this is Wendell." They are in Toy Story
Oh god.
4.
Yeah.
They're in Toy Story 4.
Oh, I don't think I've seen. Is that the one where they go into the burner thing?
No, that's 3.
Yeah, I've never gone into 4.
You
Am
don't
I
have
missing
enough
out?
tears. You don't have enough tears in your body.
Okay, so this is why. That is why. Because
Yeah.
I'm so emotionally unstable already, and I cannot be encouraged to cry. I will be dead for like a week.
It's really good.
Is it cathartic cry?
It's just like a
Is it happy cry? Sad cry?
It's happy cry. Yeah, of course it's a happy cry.
Well, I don't
It's
know.
not
When they were
sad
going
cry.
into the burners, I was sad crying, so it was like weird. I didn't
No,
like it.
this one is
It's torture.
like, you know.
It was like I was in my head saying bye to each and every single one of those toys when they were going into the burner.
I didn't cry. I have a hard time crying these. You know what?
The Lexapro.
No, I just am not a cry.
Oh.
I'm not a movie crier though.
Oh, I cry for everything.
I know.
I do.
I think I have like a lot of. I'm very aware that it is a production of some sort, so it's
Yeah.
very hard.
Yeah. I'm a crier.
I was just randomly thinking. I
like
watched
a cry,
something
though.
where there was like a gratuitous, like some gratuitous violence that didn't like add anything, and in my mind, I was like, that was $5,000 you could have put somewhere else.
Okay. You're like literally like production. You're like, God, that must have cost this. This must have.
Yeah,
cost
I
that.
was like, why would you have done
What a
that? You
waste.
wasted your fucking money.
Yeah.
That didn't make this movie better. You
Help me
really should have
understand
like.
your thought process.
I know.
Like,
Why can't I enjoy
Why did
things?
nobody ask me?
If someone would have consulted me, I would have said,
If so-
you probably should lose that. It's not cost
Immediately no.
effective.
Right? God.
Yeah.
If only
Why am I like this?
we're better than
I can't
No, I'm
enjoy
kidding.
it. I am better than Jesus.
We are better than Jesus.
So maybe they
Movie
should.
production.
So next
Just
time they're at
kidding.
Oscars, hey, Jesus,
Hey.
it's me.
You think they're I think they're going to be thanking you
Yeah, they should.
every time they
Every
throw
time.
something in the air. I'm going to catch it and redirect it and throw it at you. Interception, bitch. Okay.
Done. Touch back. Touch back over here.
Too many. I don't know any more
Sports.
Go sports.
Go sports.
Go sports.
And oh my God, we're at an hour 30. It's going to be an heavily edited.
Heavily edited. So fun. It's good to be back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week.
All right, guys.
Thanks for listening.
Oh, wait, I'm Jess.
Oh, I'm Jenna.
Fuck,
Bye.
we fuck that up every single time.
It's been like the last 10 episodes.
Literally the
I
last
know.
every episode.
Every episode,
Ever
no
done.
one knows who we are.
No,
It's fine.
it's fine.
It's fine.
Everything.
It's fine.
All things
We're
are
good.
fine. Okay.
All right.
Bye.